All right, so let us begin as we do with our festival days, with our Zoom days. Let us begin with mini Vandana. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatang Vitam Tang Sajivam Sarvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitams Cha Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Jaina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tuje Namaha Vancha Kalpataru Vyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhya Eva Cha Atitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Srivas Adi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Dear devotees, we're happily in Latvia and happy to see Jadu Krishna Prabhu with us today. And since we mentioned just now also Rupanuga Prabhu, Rangadevidasi, Leelavati, and Seva joined us. And Bhanaviri's turned on her camera so we can see you also. And today here Indu Bala came, and also the family of Shyama Sundar Prabhu and Jayashree Devidasi, they all came here. And Janavi, you know Janavi and her mother, Anandita. So we're having a little festival here in Vila Govinda, but we've come to Resegne, so let us hear news from Latvia kindly. Over to you, Suresh Krishna Prabhu, and assembled Vaishnavas.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Maharaj,
Dandavat Maharaj, and the dear devotees.
Just a reminder, those who don't know Russian need to click the English in the interpretation. Those who don't know English need to click the Russian in the interpretation. Then we'll get simultaneous. By the grace of Hari Gopal Prabhu. Happy Hari Gopal Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Maharaj. Today is Sunday. The opportunity to serve the devotees has come. I thought I would be alone, but no, everyone has come. We've honored Prasadam. Friday we had a program in the studio, but nobody came. I was alone, and I thought that I will still do the program, and I did the program. And of course, we expect that some people will come, but regardless, some higher purpose from the Lord is there, so for him not sending anyone. But yes, it's not that nobody even said they would come, but some people said they would come, but they could not come. But now I will start to listen. And I recorded myself, and now I will listen to myself, so I can like learn. So I will have a side kind of view. So I recorded that program, and I had the arati. So it's an interesting experience. It's my first time, but I decided to do that. I'll have to watch the recording later to see how it looks. But we are fully engaged in preparation for the festival. with the assistance of Yuvati, we found a place in Pernu on the beach for the public program. Yuvati very much helping. Yes, in Estonia. She's searching for places. Vilnius, yes, we've already arranged where the program, accommodation. Very much gratitude to Mohanananda Prabhu, because we would never take this new step to go to Estonia, to Vilnius. These are some expansion is coming to our capacity and our duty. I would not have thought to go to other countries to do programs. But Estonia, it's understandable. Simha and Yuvati are living there. But Vilnius, we do not know the language, and we do not know anyone there. But through Mohanananda, something is coming, and we've decided to do it. Let's see what happens. By the blessings of all the Vaishnavas, devotees, we shall try. We've already sent out the advertisement. Let's see how it goes. But we are already nicely engaged in the preparation. And I will give the itinerary for the festival soon to everyone. I thought last year when we decided to have this retreat, it was less intense. But now, the meditation, the preparation is more intense. You know, the closer it's coming, the more things needed to be done. So, such news.
And
Да, и тогда, Maharaj, вопрос,
Maharaj,
может быть, на обсуждение сегодняшней темы.
maybe today the topic, the question can be,
где-то что-то
sometimes I say something
например, вот
and
цитируя
I cite this verse from, I can't remember exactly where from some Purana.
Только воспевание святых имен, только
Only yes, only chanting of the holy name, chanting of the holy name, chanting of the holy name. No other way, no other way, no other way. And sometimes people are blaming me that, this is something sectarian. Why do you think so that only the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra that you will reach the supreme goal? Why not Christianity? Why not other paths? But I would like to hear you, the experienced answerer of questions. How would you answer to something like that? And I do not precisely remember the quotes from Chaitanya Charitamrita, but Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that only by worshipping Mahaprabhu we can reach the supreme benefit. Those who do not worship him, they can try. Yes, their path might lead them to hell. Very serious saying. I cannot remember the exact quote, Maharaj, but maybe I'm wrongly quoting. But yes, worshipping Krishna directly is not the direct path. So we can understand for us, and we can see that there are no other perspectives except for Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. But the public people, they might not agree so well.
So Sevarupa Devadas is looking for the quote as we speak. And in the meantime, every religion is searching for God. Every religion gives stress to the holy name of God. So where is the sectarianism there? This is the unity in the common search for reality, common search for the Creator, a common search for He to whom everybody makes prayers when they are in difficulty. We do not know who is hearing, but everybody knows somebody is hearing. And surely everyone in this world has had one of those moments, small or big, or some small and some big, where something has happened and they've either said, just this one time, let it work out okay, or then something happened and we're hoping, and then saying, oh, thank you, Lord. And if that had not been, then what would have happened? And it may be a very small thing, relatively, like finding your car keys, when you just can't find them and you put them somewhere, and then it's just like, I've got to be at a certain place, certain, dear Lord, just this time, just reveal my car keys to me. And then you pick up something and there they are. And you think, okay, dear Lord, thank you very much. So we may not know who the dear Lord is, but whatever you claim to be your religion, your ism, whatever it may be, we have a little appreciation when we find our car keys. So Vaishnavism, it is bringing us in this channel to emphasize the most important aspect of every religion. And it's not how many times or in which direction you do this and do that and the external formalities. It's the sincere chanting of the name of the Lord. And it is not a coincidence that all the serious religions, then they take the name of God. They take the name of the Lord. They have the rosary. The monks in every major religion that I know of, they are chanting on the rosary. What are they chanting? They're chanting the name of the Lord or the name of the Lord's servitor. And if, as probably the challenges are mainly in Latvia coming from the Christian section, then Jesus also told, no one comes to the Lord except through me. Something like this, whatever translation is locally. I am the Son of God, and you only can come to him through me. This is the very principle of Das Anudas and the very principle of the Guru principle, that we cannot reach to the Lord directly, but there is his agent who is here to recruit, and the agent who is here to receive service and to pass it on to his master, who he is under the direction of. And in this way, everything reaches the Lord. So once we understand clearly whatever message is given by the great reformers, as Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur points out, the great reformers of every religion have given something in common. And the differences, they are small compared with what is in common. And one may think, oh, the Lord, by definition, he's the greatest of the great because he makes all these planets and universes and everything. Yes, this is also the Lord. Or the Lord is very great. He punishes the sinful. So he's super strong and he doesn't want us to be sinful. Yes, he's also the Lord. He's manifests in different ways. But love of God, and again, Christianity is telling us, love thy Lord with all thy heart, all thy soul, all thy might. Hallowed be thy name. Do unto others as you'd have done to yourself. So many things are there, which is exactly what is being given everywhere in a godly society, in a divine society. And is being given by Bhagavad Gita, which to many, they find, well, here is the clearest description of who is the Lord, how to love him, how to serve him. And for many, on reading Bhagavad Gita, then they come to understand the message of their own, as it were, religion, where they were brought up and what their teachers were trying to teach them in the in the Sunday school or the church or the mosque or the synagogue or the temple, etc. So, as Guru Maharaj says, wherever we get the clearest description, we will go there. But the common search is for the Lord. Who are we praying to? What does He look like? What does He do? What is our eternal relationship with Him? Not only to supply, for Him to supply our food, but there must be something more than He's my servant to bring me food. And everybody knows there's something more in their heart, but we are cautious to go very far because we must have some trust. We need to have trust somewhere where we know that what we are hearing, it's the truth. They're not coming to cheat us, but the great personalities are coming to benefit us. And then we come to understand the necessity of eyes open faith. As Guru Maharaj says, there's the expression blind faith. But that also implies there must be seeing faith. So here we are coming with our eyes open, as Guru Maharaj says, to build our faith in the messengers of the Lord, to find where we can find those who really know the goal and know how to take us there. So this is free from borders. Like in the world, we've got so many countries with so many borders. But in every country, what are they trying to do? They're trying to have a good life. They're trying to be successful. They're trying to avoid old age, accident, disease. They're trying to avoid death. But the common goal of everybody, of each country, is very similar. And you will find the common regulations, don't steal, don't do this, don't do that, very similar in every country. And without those regulations, then it's uncivilized life. So just as there are different countries with different cultures, there are different zones, if you like, which have been influenced by great reformers of the past. But what is the common goal? What is in common? And then we invite sincere seekers to read something of Bhagavad Gita, but Bhagavad Gita as it is, and to read, to hear from the sadhus, those who follow such guidance, not those who just theoretically know some knowledge of the message of the Lord. I know the message. Okay. But those in whose heart, it says I'm speaking Italian. What? English. Doesn't have English on my computer, only Italian. Okay, back to English. Sorry about that. I hope you don't think I'm speaking Italian. Okay. But the serious point is that really Vaishnavism, it is not an ism. It is the Sanatan Dharma, the eternal duty of the healthy soul, to chant the Lord's names with love, to come to the Lord through His servitors and His agents. And where we find the clearest understanding of this, we will try to put our head there and do our best to be good students. If we are good students, Krishna will, by his grace, bring us to the good masters. But we cannot claim, we cannot be looking to see every master, what are their qualities, and think, oh no, they're not a good master, they're not the best master, they're not the best master. Where we get guidance, we shall try to follow that. We all want the perfect master, but are we a perfect student? And if really we can try to gather our faith and put it to the Lord, then He can guide us to the master who is going to be most helpful for us. And He's going to see also when he's giving some open door, then Krishna is seeing, are we taking those steps, or are we just inquisitive and not really coming to the land of devotion? Just yesterday, I was reminded one story, which actually I kind of began the story, but then another devotee finished the story because I didn't give I had the example in my head, but I hadn't said it. But the parable, the story, I'm not sure it's a true story, but it's got a moral to it. And that is, there was one person and he's praying to the Lord that he's in so much difficulty. The flood is coming. He gets on the roof of the house and all the flood water is coming by. And he's just praying to the Lord, dear Lord, save me from this, save me from this. And then a big log comes passing by. A big log, all floating quite happily, comes passing by. But the man is on the roof just praying, dear Lord, save me, save me. And then a boat comes by with a man on the boat and comes very close to where he is. And the boatman is calling him, but he's just praying to the Lord, yes, Lord, save me, save me. And then the water rose up, went over the house, he drowned. And as he's leaving his body, then he gets taken to wherever he was taken. And he's saying to the Lord, dear Lord, I prayed to you, save me, but look, now I died. You didn't save me. And then the Lord replied to him, I sent you, I did everything. You asked me to save you. I sent you a big log right in front of you, floating very safely. You didn't get on it. I saw that. So I sent you a boat with a boatman. He even invited you, come on the boat. And you just said, no, the Lord, he will save me. I sent you these things, but you didn't take any steps. So you drowned, and you now want to accuse me. I didn't save you. I did everything, but you did nothing. So when Krishna, anyway, it's a story, but it makes the point. And we've heard this in different forms before. And it makes the point that we have something to do. And that is that when Krishna gives an opportunity, gives an opening, then we need to take that opportunity to go through that opening and be under the guidance, knowing that we are getting this opportunity from the Lord. So in this way, what are we doing with our life? If we are a sincere soul, we'll have our eyes open, we'll always try for the best, but we must try to be a good student and recognize where we are getting good advice. What is that good advice, and put it into practice. If we only put good advice on a piece of paper and put it in our pocket, may have a pocket full of good advice, but I'm sitting on the roof, smoking a cigarette, having a beer, and yeah, I've got so much advice. I know. What benefit is that? And so, yes, I know you may not be, everyone may not be smoking a cigarette and having a beer, but still can be not participating, not doing the advices that are given. Something like this. But to be accused of being sectarian, actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when we see his writings, he clearly saying, we are absolutely non-sectarian. We welcome everyone. And Srila Prabhupada, look at Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, how he welcomed everyone, from priests to out and out people who were out and out, ruined, wrecked, otherwise wrecked on the street. From all corners he accepted. From all corners he distributed mercy. The Vaishnavas are an ocean of mercy, and like a kalpavriksha, like a desire tree for the positive things of life. And Jesus similarly. We'll see the great souls, all of the great reformers, as again Srila Prabhupada describes them. They're non-sectarian, but They want the best for everyone. So the scriptures do say, chant the holy name of the Lord, there is no other way. And so do the great reformers. They're all chanting on beads. They're all giving honor to the holy name of the Lord. So where's the sectarian point of? Rather, we're showing us. The ancient scriptures tell this. It's not modern man, but those who are wise, they have got their foundation in the ancient wisdom, the wisdom of the truly wise, the revealed truth. And they're sharing some parts of that revealed truth. But where we can get more and more, where we can get clearer and clearer, we will naturally go there and give all honor to those who brought us to our present position. As Guru Maharaj says, the junior school teacher, they may not have any place in the university education system, but the university student isn't throwing stones at the junior school teacher. The junior school teacher gave the truth, gave education as suitable for the junior school students. And then secondary school teacher giving suitable for the secondary school students, etc. So we must be broad also about the guides and those who are being guided, about the students. But all of this needs some sukriti, some good, pious, spiritual merit to understand. A gross person, you can't even have a basic conversation of spirituality, or you live after your body. When your body dies, you go somewhere. There are many, we know people who cannot even accommodate that and think that that is aggressive and a cult to say that you live after your body dies. And as Guru Maharaj again points out, that Socrates had to die for that statement, to say that you do not die when your body dies. But Socrates was very clear. And because he said that, that was criminal in such a society at that time. So we'll always meet people with different levels of understanding, even zero understanding, even -0, which means aggressive towards the devotees. And meeting the public and doing book distribution daily is definitely an example of where you will have to face all kinds of persons, but be true to our creed. And our creed is the searchers after our home, the home where love of God and his name, it happens to be Krishna, Govinda, Gopala, where that is paramount. But according to who we are meeting, then we will say something to them to try to point them in the right direction. And if they are very far away from Rome, you just point them in the direction of Italy. If they're already in Italy, you point them in the direction of Florence. Then you point them in the direction of whatever else is the next town. But all roads lead to Rome, as Gurudev was saying here in the temple the other day. All roads lead to Rome. But we need to point to that direction. Well, we have a historic, no, I don't know what the right word is. We have here someone who has been doing book distribution in all sorts of circumstances, year after year, who can certainly add something to my feedback regarding your question, and that's Paramananda Prabhu. For years he went from the age of maybe 14 or 15, going to all sorts of places, distributing books. So, Prabhu, non-sectarian. So how do you reply if somebody says, oh, you are sectarian? No other way except the holy name, etc., etc.
Remembering myself those days, Maharaj, I wouldn't blame people calling me a sectarian fanatic.
Oh, okay.
Being, realistic about it. A shaved head guy wearing, something that resembles pink bed sheet wrapped around you with some strange thing on your forehead. I mean, yeah, I would, if I meet myself, from their perspective, I also think this is some kind of a weird cult member. Also very fanatical, because we were very convinced. We wanted to share, but the way we were sharing were a little bit too much enthusiastic. So it took me some years to figure that out. And by the way, before I forget, whatever you just said, you cover it so well that it's actually good to make a little booklet based on your talk, Maharaj. Really, you touched all the important points. But from the practical point of view, this is one of the most common, like we hear about Mahabharata, how great Maharatas, great warriors, they would exchange weapons, they would trade blows with each other, trade weapons with each other. And quite often it is described that they were activated by the mantras with the power of the sound, very subtle. So sometimes I would also say that we're trying to use one mantra, and then those people on the street, they're counteracting another mantra. So we just need to make sure that our astras, our weapons, are more powerful, our mantras are more powerful. And that, of course, comes with, some faith, no doubt about it, but also being considerate where you are, your meeting, what is the environment, what can you tell, or maybe something that you should, keep it to yourself, or maybe later when those people on the street, they decide to join the temple, then maybe you can tell them a little bit more about Krishna and Mahaprabhu. So all those things have to be considered, but really, it was so common, like every day, sometimes countless of times you're facing this kind of a counter mantra. Oh, I'm a Christian. Oh, this is not ours. We're the Russians. This is all Indians, and all kind of nonsense kind of thing. And sometimes it's such nonsense. You don't even know what to say, which is not so good. You have to be able to protect the prestige of our line. But sometimes nonsense so powerful that you're left speechless there on the street with the books, and you're praying to the Lord, oh, please give me some inspiration. What can I do with to these people? And then there we come to this point. In 10 apparats, the offenses to the holy name, one of them states not to preach about the glories of the holy name to a non-believer. And essentially, what we do on the street when trying to reach out is preaching the glories of the holy name. We don't speak about anything else. This is the main objective. It's interesting. It's one of those Achinti Bheda Bheda Tattva. It needs to be harmonized, and actually it's all harmonizing, it's self-harmonizing. So the main principle, you have the faith, you're inspired, you're considered. Remember, you're representing the whole lineage to that person you're speaking to. So you have to be considered in so many different ways. Don't become an obstacle between you and the message of Mahaprabhu. Try to make yourself, first of all, transparent. Saints, people with pure heart, they can attract people in any form, however weird and unusual and unthinkable it may look or sounds like in their environment, in their social environment. It's because of their purity. Purity is much more powerful than every external consideration. But since quite often we're not in the stage, which I was obviously not in that stage, we had to face this kind of dilemma. And then with experience, we learn what to say and what not to say. And then also in the Shastra, you can also understand that there are people who are searching. And those people are very rare. In the beginning, we thought the whole world will be Krishna conscious very soon. We just need to distribute a few more books. Didn't work out that way. And then you started actually reading the books you're distributing, and then there's this verse, and where Krishna is saying that Bahonam Janmanamante, and inside ends with Samahat Madhusudan. A person who actually is searching for me, who have the desire to know me, have some recognition for me, is extremely rare. And out of those rare people, out of millions of those who are extremely rare, the one who actually comes to me is even more rare. And then you're thinking, oh, okay, so this is what we're doing. And some of our other acharyas, they're saying that we're establishing the consulate and embassies where people can come. People who are actually searching for that, they can come. They're ready, they have some faith. Brahmana Brahmitekon Bhagyavan Jiv, they become the Bhagyavan, Sukritivan. They accumulated enough to ask these questions, relevant questions, who I am and what I'm doing here. And that search will take to you. And it will happen that one day that you are on the street and that person is searching for that, and Krishna is connecting both of you. You're an instrument in his hand, he is searching for Krishna perfect. And this is our aspiration in book distribution and anything public we're doing. Like Maharaj pointed out once, it was after the big festival, and he said, he asked, what is the question? You know, why are we doing this big prasadam distribution here? We're cooking for so many people, thousands of people. Sometimes 10, 20, 30, 50,000 people. So I don't know, Maharaj knows better. He was very instrumental in one of those things. So how many, Maharaj? What was the biggest?
Well, 50,000 is by Vaishnava counting, but over 10,000 is reality counting, over 10,000. And we did actually, it's Srila Acharya Maharaj who's so capable to do these things, and he organized, and after that, several festivals which were over 10,000 people. But the very first one I remember, and it was really remarkable how many people came, and that was halfway between Bamanpara and Hapanya. And Gurudev's fame, Guru Maharaj's fame, and all the people, so many people came. And it was very wonderful festival. But yes, 10,000 plus is reality. 50,000 is
reality.
Vaishnava reality.
Well, I'm counting invisible personalities, Maharaj.
Of course, of course.
Probably, being a very conservative with my imperfect vision.
Hare
but
Krishna.
The point I was trying to make is, Govinda Maharaj pointed out that we're doing it in hope that out of those 10 to 50,000, maybe more, there will be at least one pure Vaishnava. And then we will get the blessings of the person, and then Krishna will be so happy with us. That's why we're doing, and that's why we're cooking for thousands of people, tens of thousands of people. So in a similar way, this is what we are doing. We're going on the streets in hope of meeting someone who is searching for Krishna. That's the mood. So we don't have to be attached to the results, which was very difficult for me to overcome, because we wanted to show results. And soon I figured out that results will give me some pratishta, and that's why I was so attached to it, obviously. So we have to work on it and get rid of that kind of attitude and really try to surrender to Krishna. And the moments we actually surrender to Krishna, the miracles will happen. And when we're not surrendered to Krishna, then all sorts of disaster will happen to us, caused by external, adhyatmika, adhidayavika, and adhibhautika. We suffered all of us during our book distribution when we were not really trying to surrender to Krishna. And just think about it. Or yes, you're saying that there's verses I mean, like, we're talking about verses. Try telling to a person in Resigne that there's this verse from this Purana and it's a very authoritative scripture. You're going to use these words to convince that people? I mean, really? They're not going to take you seriously. So for us, it's relevant because we acquired that faith. The faith comes to us by the grace of our Guru Varga. But it's very, unless that person is really a Bhagyavan, a fortunate soul who is being, who already had some experience in the past life and searching for that. For him, it will be nectar to his ear or her ear to hear. Yes, the what I've been looking is here. It is confirmed. This man is telling me it's from the scriptures, but who cares? It resonates in my heart. And there are so many. But like Maharaj pointed out, the for Sumedhasa, the Janti hi Sumedhasa, the Gai Sankirtana Praya Janti hi Sumedhasa is for those who are already refined intelligence. They're ready for that. There's a beautiful verse, for example, and that's really, it's for the devotees, not for the public to change, to share. And the verse is, Samsara Sindhutarane Bhagavatya Disit Sankirtanamrita Rase Ramate Manashit Primam Budho Viharane Yadi Chitta Vrittis Chaitanyandra Charane Sharanam Prayatu. And it's a beautiful verse. And it says, if you really want to cross the ocean of birth and death, if you want to relish the nectar of the holy name, if you want to swim in the ocean of prema, then you must take the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet. For us, it sounds so inspiring. Like we hear something like that, we want to, push it. We want to surrender more. We want to do more. We want to change. We want to serve more. But again, this is not for public. It's for one who already acquired some faith. So I guess you just need to be very patient, very tolerant, very humble, very respectful to everyone. The usual formula that we mentioned this morning. That kind of mood, you can perform the kirtan. And this morning we also addressed that point, that kirtan is actually everything we do. Our seva is kirtan. We're serving the holy name. We're trying to serve the holy name. Serving is too high position, but we're trying, we're aspiring for that position. So in that kind of mood, we can continue. And if that mood is absent, then nothing will happen to us. Nothing good will happen to us. We will be beaten by the environment, which is no doubt friendly to us. And at some point we will understand that, but not in the beginning. So just be tolerant and don't try to convince people who don't have faith. Give them what they can digest, what they can walk away without offending a devotee. That will be already good. Because in that moment, their interactions will be pleasant and they will not commit any offense, because committing offense on their side will delay their spiritual advancement. And we will be the cause if we're not doing it properly. So there are so many points to consider in that kind of approach. So be very considerate, be very careful, and with experience, understanding will come. How much you can to that person just by looking at that person or exchanging a few words with that person, having a short conversation. Then, okay, this much I can give now, and that will be good for this person. And then maybe someone else will give more when the time is right. That's all I can say, I guess, Maharaj, on that point. And you would hand this up.
Yes, Drupati, Hari.
Some correction.
Слышно меня? Здравствуйте.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
I have a question, Maharaj, but I have a question to Paramananda, if you allow me to ask.
Yes, please ask. You can speak in Russian. Hari Gopal Prabhu is with us.
Хорошо. У меня вопрос такой, который, немножко пересекается с
a question which is a little bit connected with the beginning question from Suresh
разные религии.
about different religions.
Ну вот, скажем, мы
Let's
живем
say
в
we
окружении,
live
где
in the
именно, да,
environment
православные, лютеранские
of
люди.
some
И,
Christian
я могу
people
сказать, что
around me,
тоже в
and I can say
своем
that I'm
детстве,
also
юношестве, да,
my
была в какой-то
youth,
православной
my
среде, и,
childhood,
в
I
каком-то
was
смысле я
in
по-прежнему
Christian
имею
environment
склонность.
and still
Я
am.
по-прежнему испытываю уважение
I am
и
still feeling
любовь какую-то к молитвам,
respect and
которые
honor and
православные
love
звучат.
to the
При этом мое
prayers
сердце
from
однозначно выбирает
the
вайшнав.
Christians. But my heart
Вот
is
мне
choosing the
интересно,
Vaishnava religion.
Парамананда, у вас спросить, да,
And
поскольку
I'm interested in to ask Paramananda
ну
Prabhu,
вот вы женаты,
you
и
are married.
у вас есть жена Кришнаприя, которая
You have
она
Krishna Priya
является
as your wife, and
преданной,
she
да,
is
в Шри
a
Чайтанья Сарасвати Матхе,
devotee in Sri
но она,
Chaitanya
тем не
Saraswat
менее,
Math.
мне кажется, что она
But
достаточно
regardless,
остается погруженной в тайскую культуру,
she's
потому что она из нее вышла, и она
very
никуда не
deep
выходила.
in the
Так что
Thailand
она
culture.
одновременно как бы двумя
She's
ногами, одной ногой в
she's
тайской,
one leg in the
сказать, другой
Thailand
ногой
culture, and the
в
other
нашей
leg is in
вайшнавской
the
линии.
our
И
Vaishnava line.
вот у меня здесь, мне интересно,
And
как
I'm interested to
как
hear
взаимодействовать вот с,
how
ну, не знаю,
to
с таким
be
в
with,
семье,
in a
ну,
family
если супруги, например, в разных религиях
if
находятся,
our
или даже
partner
если мы в одной
is in a
религии
different
находимся, мы все
religion,
равно у
and
нас разный уровень
even if we are
погружения
in the same religion, we have a different
в
level
вайшнавизм.
of engagement,
Как с
like
этим жить,
internally
или, ну,
in
не знаю,
Vaishnavism, and how to
благосклонно
live with
принимать
that,
супруга таким-то,
how
какой он
to
есть, с его
nicely
уровнем.
accept the partner with their
Жить
level,
счастливо.
to live happily, live happily.
Когда Кришна Прия получила инициацию
When
от
Krishna
Говинды Махараджа,
Priya got initiated from Govinda Maharaj, Saraswati Didi,
это произошло через год, когда она получила
this
инициацию.
happened a
Сарасвати
year
Дidi,
after initiation.
лондонская
Saraswati
Сарасвати,
Didi,
приехала
okay,
с Говиндой
the London
Махараджем в
Saraswati,
тот раз
she
через
came
год
that time with
в
Govinda
Латвию.
Maharaj a year
Она
later to
говорила с Кришной
Thailand,
Прией, она спросила:
and she talked with
теперь ты
Krishna
преданная
Priya.
Кришны,
Oh, now you're a devotee of Krishna.
ты как бы оставил буддизм в стороне. Кришна
Have
Приya
you
сказала:
left
я
Buddhism?
оставляла
She
буддизм,
said,
я буддист.
I have not left
Я
Buddhism,
преданная
no,
Кришны.
but I'm a devotee of Krishna.
Сознание Кришны помогло
Krishna
понять, кто в
consciousness
действительности является
helped
Господь
me
Будда, и углубить
who
мое
is
уважение
Lord
к
Buddha
его
and to
положению.
deepen my honor
Но
of his
сознание
position.
Кришны
But Krishna
—
consciousness,
то, чему принадлежит мое сердце.
that is
Поэтому
where my heart belongs.
как бы никакой дисгармонии там не
Therefore,
было.
there is
Нужно всегда помнить о том, что
nothing
как
that
Махарадж
there is
описал сознание
harmony.
Кришны прежде всего как
Maharaj
реальность. На самом
was
деле это же
describing
реальность.
Krishna
Не принадлежит
consciousness,
какие-то
Guru Maharaj, first and
социальные
foremost,
рамки,
as
какие-то религиозные
reality.
рамки,
There's
которые
no
постоянно диктуются нашим
societal
рождением в этом мире.
kind of things,
Это
any.
само собой существует, имеет место быть. Но
It
на
exists
это
by
у нас есть
itself and it has its
прекрасная формула,
place.
опять-таки, которую мы
But we have a wonderful formula for
относиться ко
that
всем с терпением, с пониманием, с
to
уважением и оказывать всем почтение.
deal with everyone with
Однажды
honor, with
Махарадж
respect, with
отправился в буддийский
humility.
храм, и там сделали фотографию.
Once Govinda Maharaj went to a
Где он
Buddhist
предлагает, что
temple,
Господу Будде
and there was a
жертву буддийским
picture where
монахам, и
people were offering something to Buddha,
ну, как бы
and
откровенные
he was
такие живые
talking with the
фотографии, где
local
не было никакого,
monks.
как говорится, фильтра. Все выглядели счастливо на фотографии. Когда
Everyone
возник
was
вопрос,
very
публиковать их на
happy
сайте
there.
Манха или нет, многие
Some
преданные
pictures were
стали
made with
противиться
Govinda
этому,
Maharaj and the
требовали запретить.
monks where everyone was
Говинда
very
Махарадж, он
happy.
же
And there was a
Вайшнав,
question, should
самый
we
модный,
publish
хотел
this?
пойти к
Oh,
буддийскому
Govinda
храму,
Maharaj is a
чтобы навести
Vaishnava and
порядок.
he's
На
in a
что
Buddhist
Говинда Махарадж
temple.
остановил,
Maybe it's not good.
остановил
And
моментально.
Govinda Maharaj,
Он даже не стал ничего
he
говорить,
stopped
потому
this.
что откинул как
He
будто это были
he
просто
just
какие-то
he threw that
понимающие,
discussion away.
чего
He did
дети,
not
которые
even give any comments. He just stopped the
не таланты,
conversation. And that's it.
которые просто занимались какими-то бессмысленными спорами. И он сделал
He
всего
just
лишь один
stopped the people who
комментарий.
were
Он сказал:
doing
ты знаешь,
something useless.
и он сделал
And
один
he said,
комментарий.
just publish
Те
it.
люди, которые стараются делать хотя
And
бы
those
что-то
people who are
хорошее
trying to
для
do
человечества,
something
достойны
nice
моего
for
почитания.
humanity,
Он больше не сказал.
they're worshipable.
Естественно, все
He
это было
said that.
опубликовано
Of course, all of that
на
was
сайте. Все
published.
фотографии были сделаны публично.
All of the photographs
Поэтому,
were
знаешь, я
made
вообще
public.
не вижу в этом никаких проблем.
I
Если
do not see
мы
any problems with
относимся с
that.
терпением, относимся
If
с почтением
we
к другим
deal with
конфессиям,
tolerance,
и даже не к
with
конфессиям, люди,
honor
которые
to different confessions,
не верят в Бога как такового,
and even
эти люди
to
автоматически
different
привлекутся.
communities which
Они
do
реально
not have
привлекутся.
faith in the Lord,
Станут они преданными
they
или не так
will
важно.
become attached. They will have faith eventually, but this will give them some sukriti. And maybe next life, maybe one of the next lives, they will continue. But if we deal with them like some fanatics, we are Christians, you are, like, we are Vaishnavas, you are Buddhists or Christians, automatically this gives some conflict, and this does not follow the principles of Mahaprabhu and Vaishnavism. We will Krishna consciousness, the teachings of Mahaprabhu, they create full harmony. There is no, it's full harmony. It's the world. It's a world where everyone can live happily. That's the one. Thank you for your answer.
And Juvati, your question is very theoretical. You have Simha, a devotee, as your husband.
I said, Maharaj, that we have different level. For example, like even inside of the family, we have different level. Like there is a beginner devotee, or like the devotee who is higher, and so on. So we have different levels, even in understanding of Krishna consciousness.
Okay, but it is gently theoretical in another way, because you're asking those who have partners in a different path, but still, whether a different level in one's own path, or with a name of a different creed, the search is for reality, eternity, beauty, love, sweetness, and charm. Nobody can deny this, and this is the unity. And as Srila Prabhupada wanted the theme of their annual gathering in the headquarters of ISKCON to be, the theme to be unity in diversity. And this applies to the diverse world, as well as within any society or any family of devotees. Unity in that diversity. Anyway, good, Juvati. And from Suresh Krishna's earlier question too, which is more or less a theme for today, Marie, I read everything she's put inside the chat here, and some interesting points. If I leave my house and go east, I will get to Chicago. If I leave my house and go west, I will get to Chicago. But it will take a much longer time and require more different vehicles along the way. That's a good point. But if you go, whichever way was the long distance way, go west, because I don't know where your house is exactly. My geography is not so good. But if your western house, you might miss Chicago because it's such a long way to go. Anyway, beautiful. And then I am the way, the truth, and the light. And we know what I like to, at the very end, you say, you all can't be too sectarian if I'm here. Now, can you? I thought that was a nice expression after explaining things here in a sweet way. And it is true. You ask anybody of any religion. So, in your religion, your teachers, have they taught you to chant the holy name and to honor the Lord's holy name? They must all say yes. If they don't say yes, they don't know what they're talking about. And still, it's a fact that many people we talk to who claim to be this or that, they don't actually know what they're talking about. As Srila Guru Maharaj said in that talk with a devotee about Christianity, about Jesus' teachings, and as you all know, Guru Maharaj, when the devotee then made a comment and saying, but the Christians say, ... Guru Maharaj immediately said, I'm not talking about what the Christians say. I'm talking about what Jesus taught. So we must be careful to try to know, not only if we're Christian, to say what Jesus taught, but also in our own family. We must be careful to know what Gurudev taught, what Guru Maharaj taught, what Srila Prabhupada taught. And we can also be concerned when we see some of the things that are being said in the name of our masters so recently after their disappearance. And as some have said, if Jesus was to turn up in the world now and he would see what's being done in his name, he might be very displeased. And then now Maria, she's put another mention. In the US, the average atheist knows Jesus is teaching better than the average Christian. Now there's a point. Very observant. Hare Krishna. By the way, 2 days ago, one of our sweet, actually 3 of our sweet devotees, means Divya Shakti Devi Rasi, she went from Salt Lake City, Sweet Lake City, to New York. There she's met with Kamala and with Ashapurna, and they went on a pilgrimage to the matchless gifts. And this came in my mind just a little bit earlier, because Srila Prabhupada, he started without any discrimination of caste or creed or anything. He started the whole Krishna consciousness worldwide distribution from a storefront called Matchless Gifts. And there are videos around of the early gatherings of sincere seekers, at least seekers, and their music, how they engaged in kirtan, their musical instruments, and there's Srila Prabhupada humbly amongst all these different kinds of people, and certainly different kinds of people than his environment from India and traditional India from his time. And from there, in such a broad way, he started the Krishna consciousness movement. And through these persons, he also spread the message of Mahaprabhu, spread the message of love of God, spread the message of the holy name. So just how broad is this religion in this sense, this search for truth, which is not a ism religion, but really it is the nature of the healthy soul, to be a servant of the Lord, and especially in Kali Yuga, to be a servant of the Lord, praying to serve the holy name, praying to serve the Vaishnavas, Guru, and Gauranga. And so from such a background, from visiting that Matchless Gifts, and I saw some photographs today of their visit there to the Matchless Gifts, and I think it was Sevarupa put the link in the chat this morning. I followed the link afterwards and went, and I saw great inspiration, and the tree under which Srila Prabhupada sat alone and sang kirtan, sang Sankirtan. Okay, Hari Gopal Prabhu. I'm sure that doesn't translate into English properly, but into Russian, but in English, a little play of words, no doubt. So you're alone. Sorry, oh, Paramananda, sorry.
I was just saying, what the name for the place? And it's not a coincidence. I mean, a devotee can actually spot a very subtle humor of the Lord, the matchless gifts. And that's where it's all started. It wasn't picked by Prabhupada, as far as I know.
No,
he wasn't looking around New York. Oh, okay, that sounds very good. We shall start here. No, it just happened by the will of the Lord. So it was designed and destined to happen, and it did happen. And he was that perfect.
It was already the name of that shop. Yes,
right.
It's not that he chose a shop, but I don't know about how he chose the place. I think it was just what was available. Hare Krishna. Yes, Suresh Krishna, you better let us leave your flat and let you all get on with your afternoon. We're crowding your flat today.
Maharaj, благодарен за раскрытие темы.
Maharaj, very grateful for this.
Обязательно буду применять это на практике.
I have written something down and I will try to
вспомнил,
use it on
Госвами
practice.
Махарадж рассказывал в одном
Also, I
месте,
remember I heard a
Шрила
story where
Прабхупаде
Goswami
очень
Maharaj
часто
said,
жаловались на его учеников,
aha,
что
a
они
lot
не
of complaints
рассчитаны
came to
Кришне. И
Srila
он
Prabhupada
говорил,
for
Бог
his
простите их,
students.
потому что они
They said,
отдают
oh, they're very
такое большое
fanatical.
сокровище.
And he said, oh, will you
Поэтому
please
Бог говорит,
forgive
«Слушай, с
them?
большим
And they have come
энтузиазмом
across
сами
such a
хотели
wonderful
поделиться».
treasure and
И
they
помню,
might be a
что
little
однажды
too
кто-то сам
enthusiastic.
был такой.
I was
Да,
also
мы
like that in the
конечно,
beginning.
мы вдохновлены и
And of
мы
course, we're
хотим
inspired.
с
We want
большим
to,
энтузиазмом с
in
людьми
our, with
делиться, то,
our
что нас
big
вдохновляет.
enthusiasm, we try
Но
to
понятно,
share
надо
what
выбирать
inspires us.
время, место,
But
обстоятельства.
sometimes we need to
Понимаю.
use the approach of
Огромная благодарность вам, Махарадж,
time,
Парамананда Прабху и всем
what is it,
преданным.
circumstance. I would like to
Jai Vishnu
big
Pad
thank you
Paramahamsa
to
Shila
the
Bhakti
assembled
Govinda
devotees.
Devu Samaraj ki Jai. Jai Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Shila Bhakti Rakshak Shridhar Devu Samaraj ki Jai. Jai Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Che Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Gauranga Gantharva Govinda Sundar Jiv ki Jai. Giriyaj Govardhan Shishi Nitai Guru ki Jai. Guru Parampara ki Jai. Ki Jai. Adi Shagridas Thakur ki Jai. Shri Panchayat Jai, Tulasi Maharani ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Charvindi ki Jai, Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Maharaj ki Jai, Sri Paramananda Prabhu ki Jai, all the assembled devotees ki Jai, Jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premananda.
Go Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo, Govinda Govinda. And so good always to see each of you, to see your names, even if we can't see you in person. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu joined us, happily seeing you there, Prabhu. Dandavat, Jai Gurudev, Jai Guru Maharaj. And Shamarupa also joined us in Russia. And Dana, I just noticed you, Dana. So happily that you're there with us today. And Pavan Krishnabhu in Thailand, in beautiful Thailand. So I think we mentioned everyone else today. Having a quick look. Oh, Tapati, I acknowledge you as soon as you came in. Lilavati also, yes. And anyone I've missed out, please do excuse. And Hari Gopal Prabhu, too much good, appreciate very much. Now you can go take some prasadam snack and recover, put some fuel in your computer energy of your brain energy and do more service. Today is Sunday. Maybe you're going out on Harinam Sankirtan. Are you going out on Harinam Sankirtan this afternoon? No. Oh, okay. Another day. All right. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Wonderful to have you all with us. Have a special week. Stay safe. Chant Hare Krishna. Be happy. Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo.
Hari Bo.
Safe driving, Jadu Krishna Prabhu. Govinda Govinda. And Marie, so many thanks for your feedback, comments, and happy nature. Jai. Hare Krishna. Ami Ashchi.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad, дорогие. Dandavad, Хари Гопал. Спасибо за перевод. До встречи через неделю. Dandavad.